Well, Riyadh's campaign has left millions of Yemenis on the brink of famine, with the UN calling the humanitarian situation there the worst in the world. Many are taking desperate measures to feed their families, with an estimated 2 million children in urgent need of aid. It also estimates that over 10,000 people have been killed as a result of coalition airstrikes. But despite accusations of war crimes, this Saudi-led coalition still enjoys support from the UK and the US. In its latest report, Human Rights Watch has called on countries to immediately suspend arms sales to Saudi Arabia. We reached out to Human Rights Watch's Christine Beckerley to discuss the issue.
The biggest cause of civilian casualties from the beginning of this war has been the Saudi-led coalition's airstrikes that have repeatedly hit markets, homes, hospitals, schools. What we're still seeing from the U.S. is that they're refueling coalition jets on bombing missions. They've got less but still U.S. service members in Riyadh helping the Saudi-led coalition in its campaign in Yemen, and we are the biggest arms seller to the Saudis. A few weeks ago, was the Obama administration said that it was going to curb some of that support after the Saudi-led coalition bombed a funeral in Sana'a, killing and wounding hundreds, including many, many civilians, in an apparent war crime. And what the Obama administration said was, okay, we're not going to go forward with a nearly $400 million sale of precision-guided munitions to the Saudis. We're going to restrict our aid in some ways, but maintain it in others, for example, refueling coalition jets on bombing missions. Human Rights Watch's side, we have been calling for many, many months that the U.S. stop arming the Saudis fully, not just sort of kind of suspend one sale, but suspend all sales until the Saudis not only curb unlawful attacks in Yemen, but also credibly investigate those that have already occurred.
Well, awareness of this does seem to be rising somewhat. One of the stars of the Mission Impossible and Star Trek movie franchises is joining the human rights group's efforts. Simon Pegg is calling on fellow Britons to pressure their MPs to draw a red line on arming the Saudi campaign in Yemen.
Right now, British bombs are falling on Yemen, and the British government are fueling the airstrikes by supplying arms to the Saudi-led coalition. Schools, hospitals, food supplies have all been bombed. 1.5 million children are severely malnourished, and every side has been accused of breaching humanitarian law. Now, this red line represents the Arms Trade Treaty, a massive global agreement to prevent human suffering caused by irresponsible arms sales. No one should ever cross this line, but by allowing British bombs to fall on Yemen, the British government, our government, has crossed that line. So pick up your pen and write your letter. And don't forget to put a red line across the top to show your MP this is part of a nationwide call to stop British bombs falling on Yemen. Please, write your letter. Don't wait. It really could save lives.
Well, Human Rights Watch recently said the coalition has failed to credibly investigate any of its alleged violation and wants any probe to be fully open. International law expert Daoud Karela believes the Saudis' actions in Yemen may amount to war crimes.
Saudi and the Saudi coalitions have been committing crimes of war and crimes against humanity. And if there is any doubt about that, there should be some kind of investigation carried out by agencies and authorities authorized by the United Nations. The outside forces should make it possible to all the Yemeni entities, all kinds of sects and regional representations, to get together and agree on a solution that is purely Yemeni and in the interest of Yemen, because legally only Yemeni people have the right to determine their future, who should govern them, what kind of system of government they want, and to guarantee their independence and sovereignty.
It's day 4 of the World Economic Forum in the Swiss resort of Davos. All sorts of interesting stuff going on there. We'll bring you the key points in just a minute.